Most people never plan to destroy their own lives, but the road to destruction is paved with small, almost invisible steps, and when it comes to marriage, there is one brutal, unspoken truth that many men fail to see. Married women often become the easiest prey, not because they are weak, not because they lack morals, but because human nature itself is wired with temptation. No one wakes up one day and says, "I think I'm going to betray everything I've built." It starts with something small, an innocent conversation, a lingering look, the way her heart beats faster when she gets a message that isn't from her husband. Psychologists call this boundary erosion, one thought at a time, one step at a time, until she looks in the mirror and no longer recognizes the person staring back. So why are some married women so easily persuaded? And how do they justify it to themselves? Let's break it down. Number 1. Seeking external validation. Some married women still crave validation outside of their marriage. For some men, this is an unforgivable betrayal. For others, it's a symptom of something deeper. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Look within yourself for happiness, not from outside." But when that inner source begins to dry up, many unconsciously look for drops of water elsewhere. A great marriage is a partnership. It cannot thrive without balance between giving and receiving. But over time, routines replace passion. Deep conversations turn into shopping lists. Passion fades into duty. And many women start to feel invisible. Dr. John Gottman, a leading relationship psychologist, says the greatest killer of relationships is not arguments, it's indifference. When a woman feels unseen, she starts searching for validation elsewhere, often without realizing it. One compliment from a stranger, one meaningful conversation, one glance that makes her feel desired. It can feel like oxygen after years of suffocation. This isn't always about love or betrayal. Sometimes it's about wanting to feel alive again. Number 2. Loss of social identity. Marriage often shifts a woman's identity. She becomes someone's wife, someone's mother, someone's caregiver. Her dreams, her individuality, her personal sense of self fade into the background. This role is noble, but it can also be limiting. When she no longer feels like herself, she may begin seeking interactions that make her feel free from those roles. And sometimes that attention comes from another man. Stoicism teaches us not to judge too quickly, but to understand human nature. Epictetus said, "We cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we react." The problem isn't always her feelings. It's often the lack of connection, appreciation, and recognition inside the marriage. Number 3. The game of justification. No one wakes up and says, "Today, I will betray my marriage." It doesn't happen in one explosive moment. It's a slow erosion. The mind creates justifications to align with what the heart has already decided. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance. A woman may tell herself, "It's just a conversation, nothing more. If my husband paid more attention, I wouldn't feel this way. This has nothing to do with my marriage, it's just for me." But the danger is clear. The more she justifies, the deeper she goes. Often, the first betrayal isn't physical, it's emotional. Late-night texts, intimate conversations, sharing dreams and fears with another man. It feels harmless, until she realizes she feels more connected to him than to her own husband. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And often, it's the stories we tell ourselves that become the most dangerous. Number 4. The rationalizing brain. Number 4. The rationalizing brain. The human brain is designed to rationalize what feels good. Affairs rarely begin with one huge leap. They start with small steps. An innocent compliment, a text, a touch that lingers just a little too long. Psychologists call this the threshold theory. Boundaries don't shatter in one moment. They shift, little by little, until the unimaginable becomes normal. At first, lies feel heavy. Guilt eats away. But with time, lying becomes routine. The rush of dopamine from emotional or physical attraction becomes addictive. She's not addicted to the man. She's addicted to how she feels with him. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." When mistakes repeat, they become normalized. And when she convinces herself she deserves it, she steps past the point of no return. Conclusion: married women don't cheat because they are inherently immoral. They cheat because the human brain is wired to rationalize temptation. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens step by step, until the boundaries blur. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Women who fall into affairs are not demons, but neither are they victims. They are human beings, trapped in emotional labyrinths they built themselves. And that's why understanding these truths matters. If you can see the signs, if you can read between the words, you will never be blind to them again. Stay strong, protect your clarity, and remember, real freedom comes from mastering yourself, not from chasing fleeting desires.